me wait for it to say that I'm live. God, the 2 days where I don't stream anything really help. Because, you know, streaming every day, sometimes it does become, like, wear you down. You lose that energy once you do it every single day. But I'm not going to change the schedule, it's just I'm kind of happy to have a few days where I'm not streaming. I'm just doing something else. Like, I'm either streaming on Discord at least every day at some point. So, sometimes it's just nice for me to have an evening or a day where I'm not, you know, providing for something. Although that being said, I forgot where I was. Okay. So I think the 3rd day began, didn't it? The 3rd day of the festival. Okay, I've forgotten what I was doing. What was I doing? Oh yes, I remember. We got a phone call from the dude in the Geofront Sector B, that kid. So he said he had a request for us. So let's get on over there. I'm trying to remember where. It's over in the residential area. Residential area is the access point. Right, okay, let's get in there. Let's get in here. Get in here, y'all. Okay, let's see what this little dickhead wants. He's got such an annoying face. Something about that face, you just want to teach a lesson. Cheeky scallywag. I need a little bit of help with some hacking. What does he want hacked? Sheesh, this kid's a comedian. Asking the police to assist in a crime is brave, that's for sure. Hacking is not a crime. I'm not trying to wage a war against the IBC or something, I promise. I'm just trying to get the jump on my most fearsome rival yet. I have a gut feeling that you guys will want to hear about this. Politician? I'll 20 chain combo you in... Oh, that's the video game. Yo, War Lady, Immortal. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to my little neck of the woods, War Lady. Of course, welcome as always, Immortal. My trails buddy, my trails companion. Someone's chasing me. Of course, I was kind of flustered, so I cut off my infiltration route, covered my tracks, and managed to escape. How have I been? I've been alright actually recently. Not too bad, not too bad. Things have been calm for once. But, you know, could be calm before the storm, who knows? We'll see. But so far, tonight apparently I've got a storm coming in. Apparently up to 60, 70 miles per hour or something like that. And I'm knocking over trees. There might be power cuts, so I might not be on Discord this evening if that's the case. From what I've heard, this kitty is far more skilled than you. But how have you been, War Lady? How are things going on your end? And you as well, Immortal. How are things going for you? I saw on Discord that you were, you know, things were a bit difficult for you currently. Dying. Oh shit. Literally? Or metaphorically? Work. Oh shit, yeah. I can do it to you, man. A long work day. I need to kill somebody. Well, let's just hope that if someone dies, let's just hope you're not in the wrong place at the wrong time with a statement like that. Be a confession of motive or something. But yeah, work will do that to you, war lady. Drains you. I can, you know, say because of my chronic fatigue, right? If I work for like excessively for like even a small period of time, my body just wears out. Like all the energy just seeps out of it. I test the machine. It's not America everywhere yet. True. Although some people would have you believe differently. 2:30 fucking hell, man. That's a lot. I hope they gave you sufficient breaks. Sometimes that just doesn't happen. Like you get measly little breaks, you just fucking work to the bone. Trace Kitty's infiltration route from a different terminal. So this is they're talking about this other hacker. I remember this other hacker that the kid knew about that was really good. Well, the good thing, yes, but not cancel culture. Yeah, cancel culture is AIDS. Cancel culture is actually AIDS. No, I got 5 minutes in my. Nah, that ain't right. That ain't right. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you could sue under those, because you're supposed to have a certain, if you work a certain amount of time and you work at a certain time, you're supposed to be allowed a minimum number of hours of break. Like usually working that long, they give you like an hour-long break. Yeah, same here. Maybe it's just different in the state that War Lady works in, but that just doesn't seem right. 40 minutes worth of break for 9 hours of consistent work. That is fucking wrong. If War Lady, if the laws state that you're supposed to have a certain amount of time and they're not giving you that certain amount of time, you can sue them. You can actually sue them for that. Because they're not following procedures and laws. Okay, so we're gonna trace us a hacker then. I guess this is a nice change of pace from bloody parking tickets and shit. Oh yeah, the race. By the way, if people didn't see the last VoD, we had a race against Joshua and Estelle, which was really good. I flippin' love it though. I mean, still, lawfully you're supposed to have a certain amount of time break. Like, it's important. I posted something in the terms of WTF in his Discord server and deleted my message. Insane. Oh, debating censorship with an idiot today. Yeah, I mean, I'm used to getting comments and stuff deleted in Discords and stuff sometimes. Because I'm a Brit. I don't know, this is just a Brit thing. I think that Americans just haven't grasped a hold of yet. Brits tend to be a lot more blunt, a lot more rough and blunt than Americans. So when a Brit says something, and I mean this might just be a European thing in general, but definitely here in Britain we're very blunt people, very, very rough and blunt. And so, when we say something to Americans, sometimes it just is a bit too much for them. What the fuck? Why is this? Oh man, fuck off! This controller, man. Hold on, let me unplug it and. Hold on, why is this? Give me a sec. I had a feeling this could happen. My fucking controller, man. I don't know, like, it's on. There we go. Fucking bullshit, man. I think it's the wire. I think it's the wire that I have plugged in, because I don't use Bluetooth. I should probably use Bluetooth. But yeah, I need to do that. I probably need to buy myself something like that, so I don't have to fucking mess around with wires and shit. Advocating for censorship that is wrong by default. Oh no. I now need to fucking read a user manual for every person I dare to I think censorship is important for certain places. I don't think kids should be exposed to certain things. Like, you know, if a Discord has kids on it, like, predominantly, I think fair enough. Kids shouldn't be, like, subjected to things until they're old enough to be subjected to it, right? It's why I disagree with, in kids' programs, promoting, like, gay relationships, right? Not that there's anything wrong with gay relationships, but it's an enforcement of, like, someone else's to a bunch of children, right? Has a paedophile in it. Oh man. What, like, someone who's been arrested for it. Like, if you have evidence of it, fucking send it to the police, man. Fuck pedophiles, man. I think pedophilia is one of the worst crimes. He's with a 13-year-old. But where does he come from? Where does he come from? Like, because Mexico, I know, Mexico has like a legal age of 9, which is fucking insane to me. From my country, I know him personally. Man, nah, that's fucking wrong. That's fucking wrong. Like, that kind of shit needs to be reported. I think I don't know if they still have it, but I think Mexico, not like 100 years ago or anything, like pretty recently, had an age of consent of 9. Japan has 13, I think. Here in the UK it's 16 for age of consent. I know in America it's 18 and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, there's some fucking messed up age of consents. I should be able to handle the odd jobs the precinct will throw us. They'll appreciate the help. This guy dared telling me that I posted WTF and advocates his friend for paedophilia. I already told him that there's something wrong with him not telling him anything. Yeah, it's 18 here in the US. I mean, it also depends, war lady, doesn't it? Some states have different laws. The day he told me, I fucking exploded. Yeah. I think the people who keep people like that safe are just as bad as the people who do the crime. Yeah, the majority of the US is 18, yeah. Like, it's common that the age of consent is 18, right, in America. But I suppose you get little nuggets, little states that have different laws. And laws are there's some laws that haven't been, like, annulled yet. I know that there's a law, I don't know if it's still there, but there was a law that if you died in Buckingham Palace, it was a crime, and it was punishable by death. Like, how can someone who's dead be punished by death? Like, surely your job's already been done for you. Yeah, Japan has 13. Japan has a very low age of consent. A very, like, 13 is the age of consent there. But they're very conservative over there in the fact that sex is kind of a very, kind of, like, they're not as comfortable with it as a lot of other places. Like, especially Western communities. I don't know whether the age of consent is 13, but it's still frowned upon. I think it's still frowned upon morally. But yeah, fucking weird, man. Here is 18. Yeah, 16 is the age of it's been the age of consent here in the UK for a long ass time. I don't think it's gonna go up. Like 16 is the age that you leave secondary school here in the UK. So as you're about to head off to college. College age is 16, right? You're heading off to college. So I guess by then, like, the idea is that because you've left most of your teenagehood behind, you're now starting to enter adulthood. I think 16 is kind of the line for me in terms of 13 is wrong. Everything below 18 is wrong. Now 16 isn't too bad. 16 being the age of consent isn't too bad, I don't think. Nah, we've had 16 for ages. Literal ages. But I suppose the issue is that a lot of different countries have different times when you leave school and different times where you enter different stages of your life in terms of society. So 16 is college age here, whereas college/uni age is 18 in most other places, right? So I would up it to 20. Nah, that's too much. Too much. Like 16, I could understand some people going, that's a bit weird. 18, I think, is like the, you know, the actual pinpoint. 20 is pushing it too far. People are going to do it anyway. Like, if you upped it to 20, people are going to do it anyway before 20. Just like, you know, alcohol. People doing alcohol before the legal age. People would do the exact same with that if you upped it. To the point that the law itself wouldn't make a difference. 18 is end of high school. Okay, yeah. So, I guess pretty much like it's the end of school going to college, uni. Yeah, of course. But what I mean is, like, if you upped it to 20, it just seems like you're upping it for no reason. Like, 18 is, like, understandable. 16, I can understand people finding, but still I feel is, like, okay. But, you know, if you upped it to 20, it'd be just silly. It'd be just pushing it for the sake of pushing it. When I think people are old enough by that point anyway, before 20, to be able to engage in those activities, right? But I don't, like, it's been 16 here in the UK for ages, like, I think it's fine. I don't think it needs changing, personally. In front of the station. Geofront Sector A. Okay, so we've got to go into Geofront Sector A. 13 is wrong, 9 is wrong. Some places have 14, I think. That's too low. Too low. We have evolved past the point, right, of ancient Greece. Ancient Greeks promoted sex with children. We have way past that now. It's time that certain other people started following suit. Once I input the authentication code, we'll be able to ride the elevator to the area below. Okay, nice. So I guess we're heading to another area of Geofront Section A. I stumbled across it by chance when I was determining Jonah's location. Okay. Back in Chapter 2. Children need to enjoy their lives as much as they will have all of their life to worry about sex and stuff like that. Yeah, but, like, I think by the time you're 18, you're no longer a kid anymore. 16, probably on the cusp, right? But yeah, like, children need to be children. That's why I say promoting, you know, gay relationships in children's programs is very subliminal. Like, it's almost like, hey, look, kids, be gay, be gay. Like, it doesn't, like, kids are very impressionable, where when they see something in a TV show, they'll, like, once they see something in a TV show, they want to replicate it, right? They idolize things they see on TV. So when you see characters putting the thumbs up to being gay. Kids then go, you know what, I want to be gay when I grow up. Like, that's not giving them the freedom to choose. Like, people think it's giving, like, people will argue with you, like, oh, it's the freedom of choice. That child will grow up to have the choice to be able to, you know, be gay or not. No. I don't think you understand what subliminal messaging is. And trying to enforce an ideology on people. Yeah. 18 is adult, technically. That's what they say in a court of law. If you're over the age of 18, you are trialed as an adult. Let's enter the authentication code. The authentication code? What the fuck is... Where do I enter it? Is it in here? Is this the code? That's not depravity, meddling with... Yeah, that's what I mean. But it is subliminal. It's the idea of giving a kid an idea of something. Like, it's, I guess, used for adults in, like, marketing, right? What the fuck is this terminal I'm looking for? I don't know, like, she was saying it was in that room, right? There is a locked elevator beyond the elevator to the right. Oh, okay. I fucking didn't read it properly. I fucking need my eyes examined. Daring to teach this stuff to my children. I really want to meet one of those teachers like they have in the US. Daring to teach this stuff to my children. I think when you're talking to teenagers about it, right? I think then it's kind of an acceptable point, I feel, because that's when teenagers are at the point where they're kind of trying to decipher who they are as people, right? They're making the choices. Yeah, they make it that's where they're starting to understand who they are as individuals. That's when it's kind of okay to have those conversations. Don't make entire days dedicated to teaching kids just that. Like, when I was in secondary school, we used to have, I think it was a week. We'd have a week where we were doing like extracurricular things. Like, different days, one thing would be talking about drugs, next day would be talking about sex, next would be talking about this, and it'd be like a week or so doing that kind of stuff, or a day, or however long it was. Not to be taught in school. Sexual education as well. There was a scandal here about it. They wanted to introduce it, but it was voted out. See, here's how I feel about that. You even said yourself, right, that people tend to do sex before the legal age anyway. So most of the time in schools it's to educate the usage of safe sex, right? That's what it's mainly there for, to teach kids to, you know, not kids, but teenagers, to enforce the idea of safe sex before this, or else you'll, you know, this, that, the other, right? It's, I guess, for people who are, you know, together, who are the same age, under the legal age for sex, right? To teach their children. But that's the thing. I don't think kids want to listen to that from parents. And I think they're less likely to listen to it from parents. Because they have that connection with a parent. I understand, like, I agree parents need to be doing the parenting, but I just think in this society, kids, like children / teenagers, wouldn't listen to it. But I think it is for teenagers. I think it's important to talk about these things in schools, because then they start feeling as if it's part of, you know, the normality of things. Not as if they're having to talk to someone aside and talk about it. If they're taught about it in school around every other student, then at least they don't feel it's weird, you know? Sex education, maybe the discussion could be made for parents doing it, but, you know, on honesty and openness, able to discuss even those topics from a certain age. I agree, but I'm just saying, teenagers wouldn't listen to it. They wouldn't want to listen to it from their parents. It's just how the society we're around is. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that's just, you know, teenagers wouldn't listen to it. And then you have the issue of, then they wouldn't practice safe sex. They'd probably go around and be popping out children and getting diseases and stuff. It's just, you know, things would need to change. Certain things would have to be done. Maybe, I wouldn't know how to approach it off the top of my head, but, you know. I agree, it's just I don't think it's something realistic. Like, one thing that would help with what you're saying, smartphone usage, right, is parents not giving their kids phones at the age of 5 years old. I didn't get my first phone until I was in secondary school, when I was 14, I think. 14, 15. And it was a flip phone. Ah, nice, we got Lloyd and Tio's S-brake, combo S-brake. I observed what a mobile can do with my sister. I mean, I've observed it, you know, countless times. I just don't think kids should be given phones until they're old enough. You know, it's basically giving them access to the internet, which, you know, parents wouldn't do anyway. Like, at the age of 5. And now they are for some fucking retarded reason. Orno bandana. Knock your phone and that's it. I think give it to them when they're in their teens. But not like straight away, obviously. Because I think the importance for kids is to make them feel like they're not the odd one out. Because if you do that, then they're just going to rebel against you. They're just going to go, well, you're not giving me this, but they get this. Why aren't you giving me this? And then it just causes them to act like a rebellious teen. And then, you know, you being able to talk to them about these things, you know, would just go out the window, right? Hold on. What am I doing here? They're weak to fire. I didn't fucking pay attention. Nigama Pro. Get them knocked in, that's it. It's truly a plague. I think I don't use my phone that much, if at all. I rarely use it. But it is important. It's like, what it is basically a miniaturized computer, right? And computers, while being, you know, troublesome, are still very much, you know, a useful resource. But I still think it'd be important to give a teenager a phone for the sake of, you know, avoiding a rebellious nature. It's just you'd have to be on top of what they're using their phone for and how they're using it, right? Which parents don't seem to do. How the fuck is this thing still alive? Sateto. Hold on, I think I missed something back here. Go this way. What's this way? Oh, chest. Nice. Curio bomb. Bloody hell, this is like a maze. chapter 2 end on another stream. What, the Yin boss fight? The writing in this game is top tier. Yeah, the story and writing for this game is really good. I just think the ratio of storytelling to gameplay is probably the weakest out of the Trails games. And I think the side quests are a bit naff as well. Like, you saw, what was it, last stream or stream before? Like parking cars, like putting tickets on cars. Like, what is that shit? Comparing it with Cold Steel's, oh my god, what a pathetic display of weakness. Display of weakness and worthlessness. Describes. Yeah, I suppose Cold Steel is to appeal to a more mainstream demographic, right? While still being somewhat of a like a proper JRPG at heart, you know. Maybe just Cold Steel, the later Cold Steels would be better. I just want to see Osborne. I want to see where the plot thread with Osborne leads to, which I know will be like a very important part, right, to Cold Steel, considering that Osborne is an Erebonian politician. I'm sure he's going to appear in this game, or at least in the crossbow arc in some capacity. I can't say why, because it would be spoiler here. No, I understand. I mean, I'll get to it. Like, I'm quite a ways into Zero right now. Then of course I've got Azure to get through, which apparently is like even better than this game. So, you know, and then I'll be doing Cold Steel. Hopefully, I'm thinking before this year is out, I'll be playing Cold Steel. And Moen might start streaming it. What would be awesome, what I think would be cool, is if Moen streams it alongside me. Like, we're both streaming at the same time. He'll be streaming on his YouTube, obviously, because, you know, it'd be too much for this channel, just having so many people repetitively playing this game. Not this game, Cold Steel, sorry. I asked him that once, he didn't reply. Yeah, Moen tends not to reply unless he's like online at the exact moment you ask him. Because he just doesn't seem to read up like that far. A lot of the time. He does sometimes, but not all the time. But he will start streaming it. But at the moment he's got a lot of games that he's, you know, doing. Like, I don't know if he's gonna stream it again on Discord. Maybe tonight, maybe. But he was doing Berseria. He's still got Danganronpa to finish, Danganronpa 2. You know, he's got a lot of games to finish. I think he's bought it. I think what he wants to do. No, he didn't stream it last night. He streamed it a few days ago. He streamed Berseria on Discord, not here, but on Discord. But he also wants to finish Control and play the DLCs, which he'll be doing probably in September. I'm thinking I will get this game done by mid-September. I'm thinking, because I'm very close to the end of this chapter. I think maybe 1 or 2 more streams. And then, I don't know how much longer the game I've got. I'm guessing I'm probably about halfway, maybe just over halfway. But yeah. Yeah, he's just got such a huge backlog. But he wouldn't stream it on here. He wouldn't stream it on Twitch. He'd stream it on his own channel probably. on his YouTube channel. Which, you know, is fine. Like, I personally wouldn't want me playing Cold Steel and then Moen later that day streaming Cold Steel, but then he's streaming the exact same stuff that I just streamed. It just overclogs the Twitch VoDs and stuff with, you know, content that is very familiar. Like, if I stream it here, upload it to the Bant Nation YouTube, Moen streams it on his YouTube channel and it catalogs on his YouTube channel, then there's just two separate channels, two separate communities in a sense, that both have playthroughs of Cold Steel, right? Honestly, don't know if you'll finish this by mid-September, maybe until the end of it. I don't know. I think this is a super long chapter. I think this is probably the big chapter in this game. But I said latest early October, earliest probably mid-September. That's my guess. Like, mid-September is me saying I'm gonna finish it mid-September in hopes of finishing it in mid-September. I think realistically you're probably right, end of September. I think if things get pushed back due to issues, probably early October, I think. Chapter 2 is insanely long. This is longer. This is a much longer chapter. Like, I don't even think I'm right at the end of it. And this is the third stream I've done on this chapter. And the other ones have been 2 to 3 hour long streams, so like... Fuck these raccoons. How do you know? Because it just doesn't... like, this festival is 4 days long, I think. 4 or 5 days long. I'm on the 3rd day right now. So I still have this day to finish off, and then I have the side quests for the next day, and then the final day as well. So like, realistically, I think I am about, I want to say, just probably like over halfway through this chapter. So if I do a decent length stream today, I could get this day finished, probably most of day 4 done, and then hopefully come Wednesday I'll be ready to finish this chapter. I don't know how many chapters there are though. I might have to look into it, just so I know how much longer I have to go, and how like if I need to plan ahead or anything. Ikuzu. I watched how many. You can let me know. I don't mind knowing how many chapters I have left. 7 chapters. So is that including prologue and finale chapters? 7. Because if so, that would mean I'm probably over halfway through this game then. It said 7. Okay. 7. So I'm assuming prologue and finale chapters are included. I'm gonna assume it's 7 with prologue and finale. So I'm what, chapter 3? So I'm 4 chapters in. So yeah, I'm just over the halfway point. Which it makes sense. I think this festival is going to be the turning point of the main story for this game. I think. Because, you know, everyone's planning for shit during the festival, right? So it just makes sense that this is gonna be the big chapter where shit's gonna hit the fan. Oh shit, that's where the boss chamber probably is. Okay. Weird dungeon this. I like it though. Oh, fucking hell. Orino bandana. Okay. Let me just beat the shit out of this normally instead of using arts, because I know the boss room's coming up in a sec, so I should probably keep my EP ready for that. I don't earn enough XP from these enemies now anyway. Oh shit, multiple pass now. Oh god, I'm gonna sneeze. Give me a sec. Oh. I have to mute the mic. I have to mute the mic or else fucking my sneezes are loud. Like they're the kind of sneezes that, you know, push you forward significantly. That's a proper man sneeze though. Proper man sneeze. So that's where I came in. It's this way. Oh fuck off, raccoons. Hold on. This is where I was, wasn't it? Oh. Yo yo yo. Oh shit, Giovanni. Like that as well. Yeah, my sneeze is fucking loud. So hold on, this is where I came from, right? Yeah, this is where I came from. Okay, so it's letting me go back. Here we go. I think this is where the boss is gonna be for this dungeon. Bloody sneezes, man. They say scientifically, because I think it stimulates the same muscles in your body. Apparently, sneezing is 1/8 of an orgasm. So when you sneeze, you have 1/8 of an orgasm because it stimulates the same stuff in your body. Or I think the same senses, like feeling senses. Here we go, boss time. Boss time. Oh my god, it's one of these things, these fat bats. This is a man bat from DC Comics after he's had too much to eat. I see that you and Moen are fighting over the title. I didn't see his stream last night because I had to go to sleep, man. I was shattered. But I saw the title and I was about to stream today. I was like, nah, I ain't having that. I ain't having that disrespect. So I thought, you know what? Two can play that game. Takes two to tango. If he's gonna insult my boy, I need to retaliate in kind. Ain't no blue Area 51 looking motherfucker gonna beat out my boy Darth Maul, who could beat the shit out of Obi-Wan Kenobi in a proper fight. You must be having a giraffe. Oh shit, a Mega Strike. Seals enemies in a barrier, then shatters it. I don't want to use that just yet. Let's use... I love this theme. This is a great battle theme. Fucking greatness. What's he weak to? Oh, he's weak to water, okay. Hydro Cannon. Oh my god, look at that damage. Oh my god, he's calling these butt buddies. He's calling it... See, this was a good call to, you know... It was a good call to save. Oh fuck, put her to sleep. Cures... Sleep? There we go. You know what? Ether Buster. Oh my god, these fucking fat. Yeah, you missed Belland. Brave Smash. Brave Smash Summer. Hydro Cannon. Please. Oh, there we go. No! Fuck off with your bollocks, man. Come on, cure sleep. Wake her up so that I can do multi-attack. Here we go. Here we go. Fucking get. What? Ah, fuck it, man. I just need to kill this one. Oi, easy, man. Summon Zeit. Yeah, summon Zeit. Okay, there we go. Oh, never mind. We summoned Zeit, but it wasn't needed. That wasn't too hard. That water attack that Teo did like nearly half damage to the main one. It's fucking hefty fucking damage. Regardless, that would have gone a lot smoother if those two were here. That big fat bat we just fought, it took our entire team to take out one of them to the start of the game. And now these two are capable of taking on at least two of them. Development. Just reminded me someone. Control Terminal 3 should be passed. Oh shit, did Teo just give us a glimpse? A glimpse. I'm thinking that Randy is ex-Ouroboros. I'm thinking he's ex-Ouroboros. Or he's somewhat connected to Joshua in some way. Maybe familiar backgrounds, or maybe they came from the same town, or I don't know. But when Estelle said, "Oh, you two are on the same wavelength," like, I was thinking, hold on a second. Is that hinting at something? Lord took Teo's Enigma. Would be interesting, yeah. He just seemed, because he during the race, and I was shocked that we managed to beat Estelle and Joshua in the race. But it wasn't just beating them in the race. Randy was the main reason we won the race, because all of a sudden he just charged up. He charged up, went super fucking fast, like faster than anyone, and then he did like a huge like slam with his axe thing, his like axe thing, whatever, that actually knocked Joshua and Estelle like to their knees. So I'm thinking the only person capable of doing that, like at this stage in the timeline, would be an enforcer or an Anguis, right? And I know he's not an Anguis or an ex-Anguis, so he's probably like an ex-enforcer or something, maybe, because he was saying that apparently his background, because he didn't confirm to Lloyd, he just said that his past, he'd been through Gehenna and shit, and he went, "Nah, I'm just joking," but it wouldn't be too far from the truth. So I'm thinking he's either connected to the tragedy at Hamel, or he's ex-Ouroboros, or there's been a similar incident in Crossspell but similar to Hamel. Or it's just plot armor. Nah, I think there's more to, because they also suggested, because we went to the gate, right, where Randy had been stationed before he got discharged for apparently being too, much of a player with the ladies, like, fraternizing with, like, all the people. So, like, when we went to the gate, they said we didn't hear anything about that kind of thing happening, like. So it's suggesting to me that there's someone else going on. And who is it? There was someone earlier. Who said to Randy, what was it? They said something something weird to Randy. Like, you're just like me or something. I was like, what? So I'm thinking there's something to do with Randy, but connects him maybe to Ouroboros or a bigger organization or something. Because he's also the oldest as well, right? He's like 20, 21. So, interesting. Once I start hacking, you can leave everything to me. Here we go. Computer whiz. Computer whiz. This is bad. I'm terrible with awkward silences. Mishi, wasn't it? Oh yeah, the cat thing. I'm not really one to get too attached to things, so it's hard to believe I've held onto that strap for all these years. He's practically Crossbow's mascot. No, this was a gift. But I'm not sure one can leave Ouroboros. Well, Joshua did. Joshua did. And I think Ren technically did. I mean, even if he's not part of Ouroboros, still, technically he's still an enforcer. But he's not with the organization. Like, in fact, in second chapter, he was waging a war against the organization. I suppose what I mean is, like, he used to be part of the goings on, but then he sort of left it behind. They have free will. I suppose that's what I mean. He's not actually actively working with the organization, but he was part of it, like part of what they did. Oh shit, Guy. Man, I want to see Guy, like proper, like fucking flashback of this. I want to see what this dude was like. We've only seen him in pictures and flashback segments. The Principality of Revache. Oh, so Tia was the girl. But hold on, wasn't it? How long ago? I thought the girl was... Okay, maybe I forgot something. I thought the girl was older than 9. I know 5 years has passed since then, but I was thinking... Tia was 14, but I thought the girl was older than 9. Okay, that's... I probably would have caught on to this whole thing sooner if I like. When did I think that she was older than 9? Was it in the flashback? I can't remember. Because I would have guessed it was Tio long before that if I didn't think the girl he was escorting was older than that. Was hospitalized at St. Ursula for over half a year. Okay. Guy insisted on escorting me to my home. Come on, tell us. You know I'm a bit different from regular people, right? My sensory reception is orders of magnitude higher than any normal person. The faint sounds an average ear finds impossible to pick up, the flow of audible waves no ordinary person could ever perceive. The presence of elements modern technology has trouble detecting. Even people's emotions and the beat of their hearts. So he's like Tio like a robot. Or like a test tube baby or something. Like, it would make sense, right? She's Epstein Foundation. She comes from Epstein Foundation. Like, they're like leaders in terms of technology and research, right? Maybe they've created like Tio's like a prototype. Or she's just enhanced, an enhanced human being. Crossbow. That's right. When he brought me that strap as a gift, Guy told me this. Rest easy, Tio. I know that you can find happiness. And if you have trouble finding it, just give me a call. Together we'll send the source of your sadness packing. But around that time At this point in my life, I met an Epstein Foundation researcher by chance. Okay, so... Right. So she's... I guess just gifted. Gifted? I don't know. I guess we'll see. I finally decided to return to Crossbow. Oh man. I'm sorry that my stupid brother left us like he did. Not honouring his promise to a girl, that's not like him at all. My boy Guy, Mike Guy. The kitten has been spotted. Oh shit, here we go. That music. Fucking let's go. Access to. Here she goes. Look at her ears. I love the fact that ears glow. Like a little cat earpiece thing glows when she's working on computers. That Giovanni. Could he already deactivate all of our protections? Oh shit. Who is this hacker, man? Is it... I keep on saying, is it Ouroboros for everything, but... Sometimes when you've got someone so... like, good at something, they have to be connected somehow to Ouroboros. Like, the only main factions that I can think of, like, that are overarching threats, Ouroboros and Gileath Osborne. Unless we're about to be introduced to another. Here we go. Oh shit! Oh, this is awesome. It's like they're having a hacking battle in the Matrix. Oh shit! Fucking hell! Confirming Kitty's presence. Well, that's a strong current. Maybe we need my help catching her. I'm not a true hacker. If my Aeon system doesn't last, I will be easily overtaken. Okay, so the reason she's good at hacking is because of things built in, right? Shift over into your domain again. Having 0.1 seconds. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Screw it, I'm Jonah freaking Secret. Here we go. Aeon Limito Break. Oh my god. Now. Take this. Oh shit, they got him. I had myself a kitty. Well, she's tired. Increasing the Aeon system's processing power that much. The world is spinning around me. I guess it's hooked up to her brain, right? Whatever it is. Allow me to keep it. Oh shit. Lloyd. Inheriting the will of his brother. I don't know. I don't know if she's an android or whether she's just someone who's like a cyborg. Because I know she wasn't made by the Epstein Foundation, because she said that she met the Epstein Foundation, what, 3 years ago? So if she is an android, she was made by someone else. Because I don't know, I think she's got all this stuff, like, built onto her, or like connected to her by the Epstein Foundation. But she was just like a kid that was gifted, I think. had like high perceptions. Hate to admit it, but my brother was amazing in terms of power and the ability to take charge. I'm nothing compared to him, but I might do my best to compensate. Do you know what I'd love to see? A flashback where Guy and Cassius are in it. Like, Guy sounds like a proper fucking beast before he died. Same time, you two remind me of each other. I mean, they're brothers, right? My brother and I are similar. Well, I mean, you share the same blood. You are who you are, Lloyd, and you are not and cannot be the same as Guy. You should know that better than anyone. That aside, if you want to take over the promise, then the details would change. You don't need to worry about it now, not yet. Cassius is much higher on the list. Yeah, but the fact that a crossbell cop was sent to Revache tells us that Guy just ain't your average beat cop, man. About a pact. Remember at the end of the second chapter he said something about a pact? No, I don't remember that. Oh, with Ragnar. Yeah. I just want to see them meet each other though, like in a flashback, Guy and Cassius. Because we know Cassius was a bracer for a long period of time. It's not without reason that he would have, you know, come across Guy, right? Guy was probably like mid-late 20s when he died. So he would have met Cassius maybe in his early 20s. He says something about the pact was broken, or that it expired, something along those lines. I don't know what it means. A pact. Exactly right. I guess we'll find out. Maybe. I mean, the issue with these games is that there's so many things you've got to remember that it becomes hard to remember every small detail. And that's the issue with these games, is that it lives and breathes on the small details. So sometimes it's hard remembering and it's especially hard for me when I'm streaming, when I'm doing a stream. It's so fucking hard for me to retain all of the information. Like I remember good amounts, but like not enough to remember the whole thing. In CS2 the other day. Should it more often, I'm sure you'd be crazy popular. Ah, man. Theo is pretty cute. I just got flustered over it. What's with that? Spew any more nonsense and I'll show you over 40 game. This Pomio game. I assume that's the Tetris-like game they were playing at the start of the chapter. That reminds me, Jonah. Did you manage to find out who Kitty is? I'm reluctant to watch the wiki as it may be filled with spoilers. Yeah, I don't look on the wiki. Like once I catch up, maybe I'll look on the wiki. But until I'm caught up, I won't. And I'll probably replay these games at some point anyway. Like once the Crossbow games come to Steam, I'll get them on Steam and replay the games on there. But until I'm caught up, I'm not gonna look on the wiki. Like it's hard enough anyway going on the internet. I'm trying to avoid, you know, Reddits and shit like that have long talks about fucking spoilers. I think they'll come out. I think Neon Falcon would be absolutely retarded to not do that. Like when they released Cold Steel on PS4, not on PC, which was like years back, but when they released Cold Steel on PS4, about, what was it? Like a few months later, they came over to the West. Cold Steel 3 came out end of last year on PS4. Then a few months later, it came out on Steam in the West. Then Cold Steel 4 releases on the PS4 end of this year. Comes out on Steam, you know, a couple months later. And on PS4 as well. And I've heard that they're bringing the Crossbow games to PS4 in Japan. I don't know whether this year or next year. I can only assume that they'll bring it to PS4, you know, in the West, however many months later, and then, and they've already got PC versions of Zero and Azure. All they need to do is translate it and fix it up a bit, and they can release it on Steam. Yeah, they're already out in Japan on PS4. Yeah, I know the new one. I've heard that the new one came out this month. I don't know when this month, because I didn't look into it, obviously, but I knew it came out this month. The new one with like 50 characters and all that bollocks. So who is this cat then? But the investment is high. What, you mean porting it? I don't think that's I don't think... Yeah, I think it will. Like, if this was years back when these games were first coming out in the West, yeah, they wouldn't have taken this gamble. But the Cold Steel games, particularly, have upped sales. Remember the fact that Cold Steel 3, when that released earlier this year, it was the highest selling game on Switch. The highest selling game on Switch for a period of time. The games are upping in popularity. The company it will be a big investment, but I think they will make that investment because it will continue the trend that Trails is doing right now. Same with Yakuza. Yakuza had a burst in popularity with Zero. Now you see Yakuza on Xbox. Now you see Yakuza on PC. You see it everywhere. It used to just be a Sony exclusive. Had been a Sony exclusive for decades. But because it soared in popularity with Zero, you know, and Kiwami 1 and Kiwami 2, they ported it to PC. Sales grew exponentially. And then they went, you know what? Let's move it, like, we were on a polar opposite team with Sony. Let's move it to Xbox. Same with Atlas Games now. Persona 4. Persona has appeared on PC. No one would ever have seen that coming. Like, if you'd said to them years back before Persona 5 released that Persona 4 was going to end up on PC at some point, people would have laughed at you. People would have laughed you out the room. Trails is on an upward trend in popularity. Neon Falcon will want to grab onto that. They'll want to grab onto that rising popularity and push as much as Persona. But it's growing. That's the issue. Like, years ago, it wasn't in that stage. You're right, it's not the same as Persona and Yakuza, but it could be. And the fact it's rising in popularity, companies will want to, you know, take that and run with it. Neon Falcon would be stupid. Actually stupid to not do it. They put money and stuff into translating Cold Steel 3 and Cold Steel 4. You know, why not do the same for the PS4 copies of, you know, Zero and Azure that are releasing in Japan? Mostly played Cold Steel. But that's not the point. That's not the point. People haven't played Sky because Sky released years before Trails was popular. They probably don't know Sky exists. If they release Zero and Azure next year, people who played Cold Steel will go, oh shit, that's on our radar now. There's Zero and Azure games. The only reason they probably haven't gone and played the Sky games is because most of them don't even have a PC to play them on, or don't know they exist because it was before the games were popular. So, I think I am 90% sure. 90% sure. There's 10% that agrees with you, but 90% sure they will come to the West. At least on PS4. At least on PS4 they'll come to the West. And I think if you already have a PC version of these games, you know, might as well also port it to PC, because there's a very strong support like grounding for it, or don't like how they look. I don't know. I don't think JRPG I don't think JRPG fans care too much about it, and I think people are probably gasping for more games similar to this. I think it would come. I'm nearly 100% sure it would come. Like, consider this. Bloodstained, you know, Bloodstained, the Metroidvania spiritual successor to Castlevania, right? Which is made by one of the original directors for Castlevania. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night didn't sell as well as, what is it, Curse of the Moon? Curse of the Moon, which was a spin-off, retro-styled, very much in the spirit of Castlevania. It looked like old school Castlevania, like old school Castlevania. Sold more than what was it, Ritual of the Night, right? That just goes to say that there's people out there who will jump at retro stuff, and I know that JRPG fans, they fucking love this old stuff. They're not like people who play Call of Duty or people who play this who are only obsessed with things always looking new. Think graphics always have to be the best, or else a game is shit. I think JRPG fans in general are a little bit more accepting to older stuff, like Octopath Traveler. Octopath Traveler the style is very in the vein of more older JRPGs, right? Which is a game I really want to play. It's on my Steam wishlist. And it's definitely someone I'll play after I'm caught up with Trails at some point on stream. The freaking Doll Factory. I played it, I recommend it. Yeah, you were saying, right? You were saying that you wanted to see. I definitely, it's on the list. It's on the list. I just need to finish Trails. I need to finish Trails. Like, once I finish Trails, these days will be dedicated to JRPGs and like turn-based Western RPGs like Baldur's Gate and stuff. So, Kitty's at the Doll Studio. The Doll Studio was where Ren headed off to. So is Ren this Kitty? Maybe I replay at the same time with you to go for all achievements. Divinity, yeah, you were saying, right? I was also saying to Moen, maybe I might do Original Sin 1 with him, like, because we both haven't played it. But yeah, maybe we could do. So how many people can you play Original Sin 2 with? Is it 4-player? Yeah, you played the first one. I might play the first one with Moen on a co-op kind of thing. So that might be, and then if Divinity Original Sin 2, 4 people, yeah, go for it. We'll get Moen, we'll get you, we'll get me, and we'll get someone else, maybe, who wants to hop in. That would be cool. I think that'd be good. The only issue is Moen and yours' timeline, like in terms of when you're about, are very different. Yeah, Ren has, in my opinion, the best new design out of the old characters. I still prefer her old design, but this one, the new one she has, is good. I would like to join. Hopefully I won't make the game too easy. I play on Tactician. I haven't seen it. Yeah, she's got a decent kind of portrait. We'll see. I've got so many games. It would be like, you know, we'd have to figure something out. That Divinity play would be lit though, yeah. I think after I'm caught up with Trails, I'll probably do. I might do Octopath Traveler maybe. Maybe that'll be the next game I pick up after I'm done with this, the early stream ones. Or even Baldur's Gate, I'm sure it has co-op, the new one. Yeah, the new one that releases next month. But I might play that off stream. You damn normie. You damn normie. It's using lingo. Yeah, next month, end of next month, Baldur's Gate 3 comes out. Normie what? I think Lloyd was talking about something. Because he didn't understand what he was saying. And so the little kid called him a normie. That's jokes, man. That's fucking jokes. I hope when they officially translate it, it still keeps some of these quirks in. Fucking normie. Man, I caught up with Trails. Need to finish Divinity 2 as well. Oh, did you finish Cold Steel 2? Isn't Cold Steel 3 out? Cold Steel 3's out on PC, isn't it? Or are you not... last two chapters of CS2? And Intel and Revache. This might be the first time we get any concrete information on them. Why don't we take a little look-see at what we got here then? Because I'm thinking by the time I've caught up with everything in Trails, like by the time I finish Cold Steel 3, I'm thinking Cold Steel 4 will be out on PC, which will be good because then I can do the entire Cold Steel series, you know, all together. So that, you know, I actually catch up without having to wait. Like I can finish the whole Cold Steel storyline without having to wait for it. Yeah, I've got that. I've got that on my my wish list. Cold Steel 4. Got it on my wish list. His fortune was amassed by smuggling goods between the Empire and Republic under the guise of a trading company. Yeah. In turn, Revache was able to seize control of Crossbow's underworld. Currently, Revache is known to participate in several illegal businesses, as well as snuggling up to Erebonian politics, including arms smuggling, the sale of stolen goods, land speculation, insider trading, mirror laundering, sex rings, intermediary agencies for Jaeger Corps, and so on. Due to its close ties to influential Diet members, Revache is rarely punished for its criminal offences. Yeah, Erebonian bollocks. While members may be arrested from time to time, it's common for their bail to be posted almost immediately. This really sums up Revache pretty well. It's handy to have all the information we've collected organised so neatly like this. Reanalyzing this data is really something. Arms influence. Revache's main force total about 300 members, including low-level workers both inside and outside the state. The company employs approximately 500 people total. Revache's ranks include several former Jaegers and soldiers from neighbouring countries. Combined with its smuggling of cutting-edge orbital weaponry, Revache is believed to have considerable military strength. Despite not being a large-scale crime syndicate, its influence extends past Crossbow. Revache holds deep ties with influential figures in both the Empire and the Republic. According to recent intel, Revache has begun to lose ground to Heiyu. Yeah, that's why they were doing all the bolstering their defences with the gangs in the downtown district. What else? They were doing someone else as well. Oh yeah, they were doing the stuff with the wolves, right? But since bolstered its firepower by utilising warhounds, yeah. This new development has led to Revache regaining superiority. And men in their ranks with real battlefield experience. Seems like they had some real motives. Does all this mean the arresting these men would have been a waste of resources? Yeah, because they would have just got out. The members on the Diet, right? The Erebonian politicians would have just bailed them out. Don Marconi. This guy. He's the leader of Revache. He's the fifth man to hold the position, but did not inherit it conventionally. 8 years ago, Marconi gained control by overthrowing the fourth Don in an act of deceit and betrayal. Perhaps due to his Erebonian heritage, Marconi prioritizes his relationship with members of the Diet's Imperial faction. His ties with Speaker Hartmann in particular well documented. This is like, you know, what's it? you got Chicago, like these mafia-ridden places in America in like the 1950s, 1940s, 50s, right? This reminds me of that stuff, like Godfather, you know, Goodfellas. Yeah, Speaker Hartmann. The crack cocaine squirrel thinks that harvesting nuts is for suckers. So he's no longer the pimp squirrel, he's the crack cocaine squirrel. He's gone from, you know, looking after prostitutes to looking after what the prostitutes consume. On the other hand, he's also made inroads with the Republican faction. Undoubtedly, Marconi seeks to leverage both factions in order to take advantage of Crossbow's unique circumstances. If he gets in with the Republican politicians, that's it. He's basically immune. Completely immune. His personal tastes include lavish garments and ostentatious furniture. Ostentatious, sorry. Damn, this old fart's gone and built up quite a reputation. He's the dude that tried to fondle Ilya, the dancer, but she slapped him. Calvard Republic. That's who they taught, the Republicans, because they're a republic. Erebonian Imperials and Republican Calvardians. He is, you know, fucking powerful. A guy who's from Erebonia, capable of being able to make ties with Calvardian politicians. Garcia Rossi, this is the huge guy, right? Revache is general manager of sales. Behind the scenes, however, he acts as a mafia's underboss and is the commander as a rank and file henchman. Commanding officer of the Zephyr Jaeger Corps. When Marconi toppled the former Don 8 years ago, he contracted Rossi to aid him in his bid for power. Afterward, Marconi recruited him away from the Corps to join the Revache Co. permanently. Rossi was the architect behind the mafia's militarization and large increase in strength. This game still has... it has Liberalian monarchies. Like, you know, that's fueled by the monarchy. Erebonia is somewhat fueled by monarchy still as well. Although I think it's still... what it seems to be is that Erebonia has a similar system to the UK, or at least Britain, where you have a queen who's sort of there, like, has some control over... She can control who's prime minister, right? So she can oust the prime minister, but the prime minister has control over the laws of the country, right? So Erebonia is like... you know, has the emperor, but it also is surrounded by politicians and stuff. Arteria is like the Vatican, yeah. Yeah, well, Crossbow is weird. Crossbow at the moment is founded upon Erebonian and Calvardian principles, right? So they're kind of stuck between. They're not quite independent. They're kind of fueled by two other factions. But they want to be independent, right? Ambria was smited. Yeah, Ambria was where the Salt Pale came, right? Where the Salt Pale fucking, you know, destroyed everything. Created Weizmann, basically. Garcia Rossi earned the moniker Killing Bear by using his large frame and advanced military combat prowess to overwhelm enemy soldiers on the battlefield. Yeah, it destroyed half of Ambria, right? It covered half of the Ambrian state. Zephyr. In all of Western... yeah, I've heard of Zephyr before. Commanding officer of Zephyr. Shit, man. We've heard of Zephyr, I think, in the Sky games. This dude was a commanding officer for Zephyr. This fucking dude, man. I'd heard rumours about this Killing Bear more than once. Shit, man. I mean, he's like... he looks like he's Calvardian. That's how big he looks. But now I can't say that because Killico is supposed to be a large Calvardian, as her sprite and his text in Sky suggested, but she's a midget now. Fucking shorter than Randy. Speaker Hartmann. I haven't seen Speaker Hartmann yet. This is the first time I've seen him. Speaker of the Crossbell Diet. Of its Imperial faction. Hartmann, like, that seems so fucked up, right? But your government, I guess right now when you think about it, the Empire has more of a grasp on Crossbow than the Republic do. Their lead speaker is from Erebonia, and he's also connected to the Mafias, right? Who are connected to Erebonia. So in truth, Crossbow is probably more Imperial owned than anything else. Like, Calvard is there, and their politicians still have a say. But it seems like there's more Imperial grasp on this city. So to say that Hartmann had an unofficial meeting with the Imperial Chancellor. There he is! There he fucking is! His name alone since chose down my spine, man. Unofficial meeting with the Imperial Chancellor Gilead Osborne last year in order to demonstrate his domestic and foreign authority. Bring me Gilead Osborne, please. Just his name gets me hyped. Just imagine what it's going to be like when he struts into the room next time. I can't fucking wait. He's got to appear. I will be disappointed if Osborne does not appear at all during the Crossbell arc. I will be disappointed. It still irks me to hear that he would meet with Speaker Hartmann, completely discarding my grandfather in the process. Shit, man, I can't believe I never heard about that. The Blood and Iron Chancellor, he's making a name for himself, alright. Them just talking about him makes me believe he's gonna appear. Okay, we read everything. A ruthless yet cunning boss and a former Jaeger commander as his right-hand man. Speaker has with his Blood and Iron Chancellor. Yeah, CPD has no chance getting in contact with this guy. Former Zephyr commander, yeah. We heard. I'm pretty sure I remember Zephyr being mentioned when they talked about Jaegers, right? When they talked about Jaegers in one of the Sky games, they mentioned Zephyr, and this dude is a commander for Zephyr. Like, I've got a feeling we're gonna have a boss fight against him at some point during this game. At some point. Journey to the sideline. Be able to recover the data. Oh, Schwarz Auction. The Black Auction. Yeah, Joshua and Estelle were wanting to know about this. I'm wondering if when we go to this Schwarz Auction, we're going to bump into Joshua and Estelle again, because they're actually looking into this. Because I know this chapter is going to be the turning point. I think the end of this chapter is going to be to do with this Schwarz Auction. And it's going to be like... I was thinking it's going to be similar to in Hunter x Hunter. I don't know if you've seen Hunter x Hunter Immortal, but there's an auction, there's an arc in Hunter x Hunter called York New, the York New arc. And there's an auction in that. And there's like bloody massacre, fucking massacre. You should see Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter is damn fucking good. Up there with Full Metal Alchemist. One of the good, really good shonen. Like really fucking good. Like, don't let it deceive you. Like, the first arc of Hunter x Hunter is like every shonen arc. Every shonen arc you've seen. Even an arc after that is very shonen-y, like very upbeat, very kind of this. But then once you get to York New, fucking things change. Things fucking change. It's held in the form of a private, largely secret party hosted at Speaker Hartmann's mansion. Oh shit! Mishlam. That's where the amusement park is as well. So I guess we're gonna end up having to go on the boat, maybe. Go on the boat to Michelin and intercept this this auction. Making the auction function as an off-the-record gathering of Zemuria's high society. It's people from everywhere come. Erebonia, Calvad, Liberal, probably further than that. The major source of income for Revache. Also provides Speaker Hartmann with the ideal place to network with influential figures. Like, one thing that I've always found interesting, right, is that Zemuria is a continent, right? Zemuria is a continent. It reminds me of, like, World of Warcraft, right? In World of Warcraft, you only knew about the 2 continents. I'm wondering if there's more continents out there other than Zemuria. Because even, what is it, Elder Scrolls, with Tamriel or whatever, there's, like, 2 whole nations to the north and east. Like, I'm wondering how on earth is there not been any indication by anyone in Zemuria to any other continent out there. Like, they've never referred to any continent, I don't think, other than Zemuria. But there's gotta be. We don't know yet. Don't know about continents, but I'm sure there may be other states. Yeah. I mean, I did see, someone showed me a map that was released this year of what has been seen of Zemuria and what is still left. And apparently the map is only like a third of the map is actually being covered. And the rest of it is fucking in darkness. And like Arteria is like central north. So there's like and I guarantee, as large as Calvad might be, from what we've heard, there's no way Calvad stretches out that far. No fucking way. Like in Cold Steel. We'll see. I think they're just trying to... Maybe Cold Steel is an arc that isn't very interesting to people. Maybe it's one of the weaker arcs, and maybe the next arc will be better. It's too much, man, yeah. To be honest, regardless of how poor Cold Steel's writing is, or how not as good as it is, I have to give props to the people who directed the entire Trails franchise. How they've kept everything like very what's the word? Oh, fuck. Consistent. How they've kept everything very consistent and very, like, there's no plot holes. I'm not noticing like, oh shit, they said back then that this, that, like, everything feels solid. To do that is tough, especially when you've got so many different plot points going on. Like, Liberal had the whole sectarian, like the Aureole, they had Weisman, they had all of this stuff going on. Crossbow has this auction, bloody mafias. When you're able to tell so many different individual stories in these games and arcs, that somehow, regardless of whether they fully connect in or not, to be able to upkeep that is honestly, like, I've got to give props. The arc is good, just that the many casual interactions between characters is too much to me. Christ save me, they don't need to be reminded every time someone gets a scratch that everyone is there for them, and together they'll do it. It makes me want to choke myself. Yeah, I mean, Sky had it, but not to, like, the 11th degree, right? That will probably piss me off as well, I'd imagine. I think if it wasn't for Trails, if the game was fully like that, I don't know whether I'd fully get into it. Because, you know, JRPGs have that tendency to do it, right? But I suppose what Cold Steel is it's appealing to the mainstream weebs. It's appealing to the mainstream weebs who love bloody fairy tale and, you know, power-up fantasy stuff where people power up and can do anything when they're together. I just hope they don't break the power scales, right? I hope we don't have whoever the protagonist of Cold Steel is, the black-haired dude or whatever, I hope they don't have him beating someone like, you know, say like Walter appears, and he beats him at the end of the first game. You know? I'd like things to progress normally. I don't want someone gaining a power-up out of nowhere against someone who is leagues and bounds above them. That's what I fucking hated about Fairy Tail. I hate, like, people who know me know my hatred for Fairy Tail. I hate Fairy Tail. I jokingly say to people, "Oh, you love Fairy Tail," but I fucking can't stand that series. Such bollocks. I've actually seen it as well. That's the thing. Like, I have legit reasons for hating it because I've seen it, not just someone who's heard from the grapevine, right? Which is still a legit reason to hate it, but like, fuck me, I watched it. I watched it and I want my time back. That fucking series is shit. When you have someone who is leagues and bounds above the protagonist. Exactly, that's what happens in Fairy Tail. From what I remember from watching it like years back, right? Was that the main character, right, Natsu, he fights against someone who has specifically over the course of the series been built up as a tough character. Like, he's the top of this guild or whatever. He's the top, you know, most deadly guy, right? He's in the same guild as him or whatever. He's stronger than this character. He's stronger than that character. And somehow he manages to overpower him. Like, he overpowers... I can't remember what his name is, but there's this dude or something who's like the leader of this guild. He gets sent to this dimension where he's getting ripped to shreds, and he's... Like, it's like... I guess it's like the negative zone in Marvel, right? Like, this dimension where he's getting torn apart and there's nothing. There's nothing there. But somehow he's able to break free of this dimension because he thinks about this dragon or something that is his foster father, or he thinks about his friends. He somehow busts out, and then he literally one-hits the main villain when he was getting smacked around like a ragdoll. It's like, what? And there's people who love that. As long as that doesn't happen in Cold Steel, I'll get through the annoying friendship shit, because that is a thing in JRPGs, right? Oh shit. Sergei's telling us to keep away from the Schwarz Auction. I'm also heavily critical about bad writing. I hope they don't do that in Cold Steel. I really hope it doesn't happen. I have belief in these writers. Sure, maybe the writing in Cold Steel would be cheesy, but I don't think they'd ever stoop to that level. Like, this is a series about characters that get development, that get built over time, right? It would seem completely the polar opposite to introduce a major villain and then have him oft in the same kind of thing, you know? The host of the Speaker Hartmann. Shit, man. Yeah, the Bracer Guild can't do anything, really, to investigate this auction, because it's not technically like a public crisis. It's like there's a criminal organization. There's like a criminal auction going on, but no one can do anything about, because the people in charge of the auction are people who are in charge of Crossbell. In time, the meaningless interactions between characters is forgotten, and only the juicy parts are remembered. Just think about it yesterday. Yeah, like, I don't really remember. Like, that's the case for all of the Trails games, I think. Some of these conversations just evaporate. It's why I forget certain little tidbits. Small details, right? But as I'm still playing CS2 and it still happens, I keep getting reminded. Yeah, I mean, it happens in Trails games. You get these irrelevant conversations. Everyone says that everything in Trails game is important. It's important to fleshing out the world, but there's only so much world fleshing that happens before you go, okay, I've had enough talking about this, can we move on a bit? It is one weakness of the Trails games, is that I'm not opposed to meaty, long dialogue points, as long as they're relevant. Trails has a tendency to have long, irrelevant discussions. It's the same with Umaneko. I remember someone telling me about Umaneko. Everything in Umaneko is important. Make sure you study every discussion being had. Okay, if that's the case, what relevance does this dude's meal that he's prepared, this chef, he's talking about the ingredients, he's talked about how he's prepared it. What fucking relevance does that have to the overarching plot of this visual novel? It doesn't. I'm sat there for hours hearing people talking about ice cream, about bloody Halloween lollies, about fucking this dish comes from France. I don't care. I don't care if this dish came from your fucking ass crack. I care about the main plot that's going on. And Trails has a tendency to do that too. Not to the same as Umaneko, I don't think, but it has points where it's just like fucking incessant babbling. Fucking nothing, just vapid conversations between characters. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's just like, move on. Like, conversations like this are fine, because they're talking about the Black Auction, right? They're talking about this. You know, if it's character focused, it's good, because it's building development between characters. But sometimes there is some right tripe dialogue, and that goes for Sky too. I'm not gonna make Sky as if it's completely immune to criticism. Sky has that issue as well. Like, the writers have a fucking boner for bloody talking about nothing, like stuff they did this morning. I guarantee you, if one of these writers ate Kellogg's for breakfast, he'd somehow write a plot thread into a Trails game talking about fucking Kellogg's for breakfast and where he gets his cereal from. Guarantee you. This is how Eastern writing is done, I guess. I don't think it's just exclusive to Eastern writing. I think it's just particular writers in general have a tendency to do that. Because I know Eastern writers who are quick and to the point. Sometimes too much to the point. But I guess it's just a tendency, right? Maybe I suppose there is. I suppose you're right in the fact that Eastern cultures have visual novels and JRPGs and stuff which go beyond the stuff. But now Western companies are doing that now, right? Where they're starting to make 50, 60 hour long games. And there's quests in those 50, 60 hour long games, but are irrelevant quests. I didn't mind it in Sky, it was fine, and I didn't complain. I mean, I can't really say much for Cold Steel because I haven't got to it yet, but I did have issues sometimes with Sky. Not all the time. Sometimes I had an issue with some of the worthless dialogue. Like, oh, Enigma Crew. Oh, they're throwing a water bottle, water on Lloyd. Because of the saying. Like, yeah. Sometimes there was, what was it? In Sky 3rd, Chloe's door was the most irritating fucking door ever because it had that issue. Had that issue of just nothing. Just absolutely nothing. Fucking, what's her name? That friend of Chloe's. 20 minutes is spent on her trying to apologise to Chloe. I'm thinking, why does it take 20 minutes to get to that point? Like, the only good thing from that door is Lecter. Yeah, I can't remember. Like, man, that was a bad, and that's an example of Sky writing too much babble, too much rubbish. I don't remember. I can't be bothered to remember. We'll probably never see that character again in any major capacity, so I don't care to remember her. Cast a low energy diamond dust. I thought she casted diamond dust. So this is the fourth day of the festival. I might take a break in a minute. I've been going nearly 2 hours without taking a break. Need to water my garden. It's already late. Well, I'm gonna take a break shortly, so that might work out. Water my garden. Stop. Prepare to address you with good morning, master. Now, come on now. Oh, stop fetishizing it, man. Bloody fetishizing waking someone up. That's the weirdest thing. Fetishizing waking up. Do you have a fetish for a younger... Like, what is it with Japan and younger sisters? I guess it's because they're cute, right? Japan loves cute things. She came to check on me. Ah, Tio. Thanks to you, Tia. 4th day. Here we go. The penultimate day of the festival. I'm thinking I'll probably get this done hopefully by next stream. Big parade. Oh, don't make me do random car park ticket stuff again. Let's take a look. East Crossbell, serial theft investigation, missing tourists. Targeting the food stores at the anniversary festival. We want you to arrest a criminal. Please hurry to the association's tent. In Harbour District, East Crossbell, monster extermination, and missing tourists. Hurry to Ash Tree Inn for details. So I'll do this serial theft investigation. This day's not as long. I'm hoping that's going to be the case with the other days. So missing tourists, serial theft. So you have to go to the Harbour District for this side quest. Have I upped everyone's evil snake? Yeah, I upped their oh shit, Wenzel. Anything new in here? Nah. I've got the best stuff I can get. Let's get 20k, man. Let's get 40k. 40k mirror. And we can maybe 400 of that. 300 of this. There we go. Look, I got 71 mirror. That is a lot of fucking mirror. I'm gonna buy. Let's see. I could buy one of these for Randy. Randy Pandy. Let me buy. So I've got plenty of these. 2 of those. 3 of those. 3 of those. 1 of those. Because if I buy resistant stuff for everyone, I'll be much more ready for battles. Because then I can prep. There we go. At least 4 of everything. Or bulletproof jacket. I'm gonna only buy 1 of these because I want to keep Randy's strength high. He doesn't need defense. He doesn't need defense boosting. bulletproof jacket. There we go. Give you that. Actually, did I get a fiber coat for a reason? No, I didn't. Now I can also potentially upgrade, because Randy and Lloyd's weapons are upgraded already. I'm gonna go quickly upgrade. What's her name? Ellie's weapon, her pistol. If I can. I don't know if I've got enough U materials. I hope I do. I do, nice. Soul Kiss, Ares Rod. Causes freezing, causes sleep. I'm gonna go Soul Kiss. Because I don't find myself... Oh no, fucking control it, man. I don't find myself... I don't find myself using Tio's weapon that much. At least with Ellie, I somewhat use it. Is it equipped? Soul Kiss. There we go. Battle boots. I wanted these for Randy. Next Monday, I shall end my 2-week break. Nice. So you're going to start streaming next Monday then? We're going to get our first Geo stream back. We need them Geo streams. The return of Geo streams. Okay, I was going to the harbour, wasn't I? Now that I've upgraded everyone a bit. First week of September, okay. Cool. So what are you planning to stream? Is it Ocarina of Time you were going to stream? Or something else? Or are you going to leave it as a surprise, maybe? Ocarina of Time, okay. Nice. Ocarina of Time is one of my all-time favourite games. To me, it's still one of those games that ages well. It ages well. Where's the thing? Business owner. Or where's the business owner? After Ocarina of Time, I will wait till the start of October to begin streaming Majora's Mask. Nice. Majora's Mask is underrated. I do feel that it doesn't age as well as Ocarina of Time, though. I don't think it ages as well. Is its only issue. But other than that, like, it is like people hate on it way too much, that game. Who am I speaking to here? Who's the business owner? Hold on, let me see. Association's tent. Those I don't think it ages well. I think mechanically it just doesn't age well at all. And there's a lot of things in the game that are infuriating because, like, you know, I find that, like, every time you have to, because of course you have to give money to the bank, right, in order to keep your money when you go back in time. My issue is that every time you go speak to that bank dude, it takes forever to fucking get to the point where you can, like, deposit your money. There's just so many things in that game that are just haven't aged well. The game, the story, you know, some of the, like, the mask stuff, that's awesome. But there's a lot of things that just haven't aged well with that game. So who am I speaking to here? Business owner. He's in Harbour District. Is he inside a shop? What's this? A minute association's tent. Oh, here? Oh, here. My favourite Zelda game, really? I personally feel that Ocarina of Time aged far better than Majora's Mask. Personally. I do agree, Majora's Mask is very underrated as a Zelda game, but I don't think it's aged nearly as well. The only nitpick I have with it is it does take adjusting to start off. I do feel like the prologue of the game takes its sweet time, while I would take it over Twilight Princess. Yeah, Twilight Princess was rough. Wasn't a bad game. Twilight Princess wasn't a bad game, it was just rough. I think the issue with Twilight Princess was that it came out on the border of a change in consoles. Came out at the end of the GameCube era, start of the Wii era, and so it was kind of in a weird place, but they didn't really know what to do with the game. They needed the Zelda game out, because the only Zelda game they had before that was Wind Waker, right, on GameCube. And of course they re-released Ocarina of Time and, you know, all that shit like over and over again. But they just needed to get one more out, and unfortunately it just came out at just a weird point. Skyward Sword was good though. Skyward Sword was much better. That was a really good Zelda game. I don't personally like... people will crucify me for this, but I think Breath of the Wild is the most overrated Zelda. It is not the best, it's not even close. Yeah, Wind Waker is a great game. Wind Waker is a great game. Great soundtrack, great art style, great dungeons. Really solid Zelda game, that. Like, I recommend, for people who haven't played Wind Waker, go play Wind Waker. Really good game. Also one of the few Zelda games where you ride on a boat. I just find Breath of the Wild is really overrated. People know me, I'm not a big fan of these 60-hour open world experiences. Zelda, while it gave you agency and the ability to explore an open world, it still kept you on track, right? You know, you had story quests you do, like in Ocarina of Time, for example. I'll use that as an example. You felt like on track. You like, you have to go to Hyrule, but you can go to Lon Ranch if you want. You can go muck around in there, explore, have a look around. You can explore all of the big sort of hub area, I guess, outside of Hyrule, right? Hyrule Field. But you're still on you're still on the track of, you know, on the path of completing the main story. So you end up going to Hyrule. Then your next quest is to go to Death Mountain. You still feel as if you're on course to do things. You're still completing things. Breath of the Wild, you see a fucking camp over there. You go, oh, I'll go check this out. And then you see another thing in the distance you want to explore, so you go check that out. And you get lost in this menial, repetitive cycle of going to random places, killing a bunch of things, finding an item but will degrade. I hate item degradation, by the way. That is a fucking retarded thing to do in a game like that. And also hated how dungeons got replaced by these shrines or whatever. And each shrine, even though the puzzles were cool, each shrine looked identical. There was nothing that made these shrines feel aesthetically unique. I remember in every Zelda game, you would enter a dungeon and it would look completely different to the last dungeon you did. Like, when you enter Death Mountain, there's that huge volcanic bit in the middle and you've got to jump across. And then when you go to, you know, Temple of Time, you have to travel through the fucking desert and there's all this going on. You enter this huge, monolithic, like, desert temple, and, you know, Jabu Jabu's belly, you're inside this fucking grotesque, huge fish's belly, and, like, each is different. Breath of the Wild had the issue where when you enter a shrine, it looks the exact same as the shrine you entered 10 minutes ago. Just the puzzle is different. And I hated that. And people loved it. Oh, shrines, the new... Like, fuck off. If Breath of the Wild gets a little bit more linear, a little bit more focus, and has unique dungeons, that'll be the direction I think the Zelda should go in. Like, big dungeons that you have to make your way to, and you can complete quests along the way, whatever. And there's quests in the dungeon for you to complete maybe, but at least keeping these dungeons unique enough. Yeah, I don't like Breath of the Wild. Like, it's not that I think it's a terrible game, I just think it's a dime a dozen. It takes away everything that made Zelda unique and cool. And people will shoot me. People will fucking rip me to shreds for that opinion. I'm sticking by it. Breath of the Wild is overhyped. It's a slightly above mediocre. Slightly above mediocre Zelda game. And I will stick by that until the day I die. I'm back. Welcome back, Immortal. I always say that I did have a bout of gamer PTSD when I discovered whiz robes in Breath of the Wild. I hate son of bitches. Yeah. I suppose you have there are games that keep their flagship memorable enemies, right? Like Dragon Quest always keeps the blue slimes. The blue slimes are a flagship. FF always has, you know, cactuars and, you know, fire bombs and stuff like that. Yeah. I remember, was it in Death Mountain, the lizards, that if you had a Deku shield, they just burn it. Or you like that entire dungeon, you could lose your Deku shield and you'd have to go and buy another one. That pissed me off. Okay, we got to apprehend a thief. I still haven't taken my break. I was supposed to take my break, but I got lost in discussion then. Maybe I'll just say fuck it and go to the end of the stream without a break. And before we proceed, okay. Actually, no, I need to take a break. My voice needs a rest and I need a drink or something. Nardol's Burgers in Central Square, followed by Chroma's Juice Stand in the Administrative District. Next we have Palette Pizza in the Entertainment District and Mithra's Gelato in the Harbour District. So those are the places that were robbed. I'll do this quest and then I'll take a quick 5-minute break. Get some water in me. Move my bones about. This quest probably shouldn't take too long. So is there one here? Hold on, let me see. What was the Central Square? Okay, the gelato store by the park. Is this it? Yeah, ice cream. She's one fine lady, eh? Randy's already pulling off the moves. With the Crossbow Police, may we take a few moments to ask you about what happened? Talking about the theft, right? He managed to pull a fast one on me while I was serving a customer. So he snicked some ice cream. Trying his hardest to hit on me. The register had already been emptied. Made the terrible mistake of not witnessing the crime. Oh, fuck. She didn't see. So hold on. The pizza store in the Entertainment District. Burger stall, juice stall, pizza stall. So where's the Administrative District is a juice stall, that's nearby. Also Majora's Mask, but they are so pathetically easy. Yeah, I don't remember too much of Majora's Mask. I think the last time I played it was on an N64. That tells you how long ago it was. So, hold on. Juice stand. Ah, this one. Juice. If no one knows what that's a reference to, it's a Michael McIntyre stand-up. His kid apparently, like his little kid who only just learnt to talk or something at the time, he's probably older now. They went on a day out or something, and they took some juice, but their child would kind of say it in a weird way, to the point where he would sound like he was saying Jews, Jews, like, you know, Jews. So he wanted juice. He wanted juice, and so he'd keep on calling to his dad, Michael McIntyre, go, Jews, Jews. And apparently, I don't know. Some people kind of lavish stories, right, for comedical sake for their stand-up, but apparently they were apparently someone they were talking to or someone they walked past was a Jew, and their son started calling out Jews, Jews. It's so funny, and people tell people off for telling jokes like that. It's a funny joke. It's a funny joke. It's not meant to offend someone. It's a joke. It's like when Kobe Bryant died. I'm not gonna lie, I laughed at a joke that came out a couple days after his death. Like a couple days after his death, I laughed at a Kobe Bryant joke because it was funny. It was a funny fucking joke. Crucify me for laughing at something that was funny. But people also need to just laugh at death more. You know, we're all gonna die eventually. You know, just because something was a tragedy, which Kobe Bryant's death was a tragedy. Like, he died with his daughter, right, in a plane crash. Not a plane crash, helicopter crash. It's tragic. It's a tragedy to befall them, right? It's not nice. Like, I'm not making light of that thing. I know that it's a horrible thing to have happened, but that joke was fucking funny, and I'm gonna laugh at it. You know, we're all gonna die. We all might die in similar tragedies. Just to laugh at it for a bit, you know? I don't know any IRL, and I hope I don't. Fucking purists, which end up being the most racist. Yeah, exactly. They end up becoming racist or whatever-ist by being over the top about it. These same people don't know that such a thing called positive racism exists, where you uphold someone just because of their colour, or you protect them just because of their colour, or because they're this, or because they're that. People don't know that exists. And a lot of people who proclaim to defend people, you know, go out against supposed racists are the exact same people. Wind Waker Masony Cup, once I go through the game, I shall see where that lands in ranking one day. Wind Waker is a damn good Zelda game. I don't know whether it's the best, but it's a damn good one. And I poked fun at the coronavirus before, yeah. Kaiser's done it. Kaiser has poked fun at the coronavirus, and yet he is one of the few people that is probably the most concerned about it. That he's the most, because he works in that field, right? He works in, you know, works in a chemist or like a pharmacist, right? So he cares. Like, he knows about the situation of coronavirus more than anyone, because he's got a degree, right? But, like, you know, he's not without making fun of that joke. There's not a day where I don't make fun of coronavirus. The only issue is that I don't care whether I get it. I care if my dad gets it. So I get pissed off when in a public area people don't take proper measures. Here's a joke. Darth Maul is one horny bastard. You've noticed my title, right? Yeah, you noticed it earlier, Giovanni, didn't you? Darth Maul is better than Cad Bane. He gets turned on by revenge. He does, that's true. Hit on by a foreigner. Hit on by a... So is this a double act? Are two people here? Someone is getting them distracted, and then robbing from them. Okay, what's the stand here? Burger stand, here we go. It's gonna be difficult for this guy though, because he's a dude. Are you the police officers the guy from the Business Owners Association told me about? I saw his hit this morning. How's that even possible? I think he was an eager tourist who came to enjoy the festival anyway. He was quite the loose-lipped guy. Yeah, it's 2 people. Open up my register and lo and behold, all my mirrors gone. Because one thing that is prevalent in these cases is that these are people who were distracted by a foreigner or another person. With a talkative customer. The last one is in the entertainment district and it's a pizza store. Man, I can't wait for more Darth Maul. I legit can't wait for that. Last night's episodes were great. Apart from maybe the Jar Jar Binks ones. But I suppose they served a purpose, right? To finalize that particular arc. But fucking hell, I hate Jar Jar, man. I used to hate Padme. But Padme actually had a really good arc in Clone Wars. Like a really fucking good arc. That gave a really good development. Jar Jar has not had one arc that he's been a prevalent character in that has been good. Not one. If you can find me an arc where Jar Jar is like prevalent in it and it's damn good, send it to me. Send it to me. I guarantee you can't. Sounds coming from the back of my store. So yeah. So they're going for registers. It's probably 2 people. One more round. Okay. I hope we don't have to talk to them all again. I'm gonna just do it just in case. We head down here. Let's start going through everything. So by clarifying all of the information we've obtained, according to the store's report, the method used to steal the mirror from them was stolen while the owner was distracted. Yeah. How cautious you are, busy noticing. Right, I heard the same. Does this cowardice know no bounds? Probably off gloating to their friends about their epic heist right about now, yeah. Judging from what I've heard, I get the feeling there's a pattern behind their actions. The criminal's motive is... what would their motive be? Financial? I suppose it'd be financial, right? But it seems too obvious to be financial. For their enjoyment. It's not harassment. Definitely not harassment. Financial problems is the obvious one. But this game has done it before. For their enjoyment, financial problems. Well, these guys are tourists, right? These guys are tourists. So they don't come from Crossbell anyway. So it can't be financial problems. I'm going to say for their enjoyment. Need to leave it. They weren't motivated by a lack of mirror, yeah. I mean, they weren't from Crossbell. I don't think. Might be like the criminal is a youthful duo, a band of bandits, a professional pickpocketer. Probably a youthful duo. Each store was robbed in the middle of serving a customer. Yeah. Both described him as a young, carefree looking man. I remembered that one of them said that they were young. be a coincidence. Or a pair. Those war refugees. Maybe. Now these are just, I don't know whether they're from Crossbell or whether they're just you know, young dudes doing it. But this is a festival, right? People from across the world you know, coming here. I'm poking fun at France. Yeah, I know. I knew what you were talking about. I just focus on stores that they have yet targeted and will strike while they are serving a customer. Okay. Targeted is ice cream stall, Central Square sweet store. I don't have a fucking clue. A young duo. They're doing it for fun, right? What do they all have in connection? They're all technically pizza, ice cream, juice. What was the other one? Pizza, ice cream, juice, and what's the fucking last one? Burgers. They're all very like omurice and noodle. From what I know of those are actual dishes. These ice cream and sweets, confectionery, pizza is a very kind of, you know, like not confectionery, but it's a very fatty, like you know, what's the term I'm looking for? A very fun food. You know, a food that you just have when you're chilling. Like you don't care, you're just eating ice cream, you're eating pizza, you're drinking juice. You know, sweets to me seems like it's more like ice cream, pizza, the others, than omurice and noodles. With officers because of today's parade. Oh, it wasn't even based on that logic. It's based on looking for how. I just based it off of the fact that ice cream, pizzas, burgers, and juice are all very kind of fun foods. People that, you know, that there was a train of similarity there. I got it right, but not on the same not on the same logic. Okay, cool. Okay, at the intersection between a few of the districts. That area decidedly has the highest number of escape routes available, so the thieves are likely to target that storm next. Okay, so they're going because the back alley's there as well. I guess that's why they asked me, or they told me, like, let's have a look at the other stalls around, so that you get an idea of this. Okay, let's see. There's an old couple there. Ah, here we go. Ah, here we go. Another guy coming in from the main shop. Do you subtly reach this hand in the food store's register? There we go. We got him. Police! CPD! Get on your hands and knees. Here we go. Freeze, motherfucker. I love the fact that we're like police. CPD. Arms in the air. Don't move a muscle. Hands where I can see them. Surprise, motherfucker. There we go. You're just a bunch of spineless cops. The Black Emperors. Why the... I said this last stream. I really like Black Emperor's fine, but last stream they called the fucking auction the Black Auction. I was thinking that they could have chosen a better name for that, because there were auctions that happened a long time ago to do with black people. It just sounded like a bit bit too much, because it's underground. Yeah, I know why they call it that. I know why they called it the Schwarz or Black Auction. It's just a poor use of words, in my opinion. Like the black market. Yeah, I know why they named it. I know why they named it the Black Auction. Like, black market works. Black auction, like, it sounds a bit too similar to something else. I like it, honestly. It's daring. I mean, the name itself is cool, but it could be technically associated with someone else. Damn, you need that cold steel sugar. It sounds like someone else. They could have picked anything, but they chose Black Auction. Just take it for what it is. I mean, it's not a bad name, it's just the usage connects with someone else. If in Cold Steel they have something like that, that's like... Like, the naming for it is fine, it's just, it's a tribute, you could attribute it to slave trades. Slave auctions that they had, and technically still do have, but not for the same reasons. Like, they used to have auctions centuries back to do with black people, right? And the worst thing is that the Africans sold out their own people to the slave trade. Our old Jeff Bezos. Bloody slave trade, man. The blacks sold out the blacks for the slave trade. People don't remember that, but they sold them out for money. Sure, Britain, you know, took them and sold them, did a heinous, shitty thing that caused ramifications for centuries to come, but the blacks sold their own kind out. Dude, yeah, they did. The Africans sold out their own people to the slave trade, to the Brits, for money. That's what happened. I mean, of course it doesn't excuse what the Brits did. It was a horrible thing, but they sold their own kind out. I know, but good luck telling that today. True. People will go, you can't do that. The black people were angels. They were angels. They were taken by the bad Brits. No, the black people sold the black people out so they could make a quick buck, because their economy was shit. So they sold their own kind to the English people, who then took them to Britain, put them on auctions, sold them out to the world. And that's how they ended up appearing in America. We want... They think only blacks got enslaved. Exactly. Black people think they're the only people who went through shitty times. True, black people went through shitty times, but they're not the only people. You know, Koreans had bloody tanks driven over their heads. And they have a slur for that too. But people will happily spew that out. Even though a bunch of Koreans were put on the ground, lined up in a row, and driven over. Like, I'm not gonna say that England ever really had it bad. The only time that it probably ever had it bad was probably in the Middle Ages, when Vikings came over and raped and pillaged a bunch of English Christians, right? And when, of course, the Anglo-Saxons came and did a very similar thing. But I'm not gonna pretend as if England has had bad times in terms of being English. Like, I'm lucky to be an English white dude. Technically, right? I'm not gonna pretend as if my kind has had hardships in recent history, right? But black people aren't the only people who've suffered, and I think they need to realise that, and realise there are other people that have had it just as bad, and they need to unify with them. Retardedness, leftist ideology is like a religion. The same fanatic way ISIS believed in Islam, in my opinion. It is similar. I suppose it's different degrees, right? You don't see... I mean, you don't see it right in front of you, leftist people beheading people like ISIS did, this extremist Islamic kind of what's it called? Islamic cut-off. But, you know, you see them do their own familiar thing. The rule of your law, yeah. I hate... You know what? Fuck the left, fuck the right. Fuck them both. Both bad as each other. They both do shit that's fucking retarded. Both push themselves back a couple centuries. Left tried to promote censorship and all that bollocks. Right tried to promote toxicity sometimes and believe in, you know, things aren't always as bad as they seem as long as you follow this and that. Like, fuck both of them. Fuck both sides. If you define yourself as a left or right, you'll never see the full picture. You'll never. You'll be constantly grounded in your own, like, delusions. The right are anti-gay and yeah, fucking... And also, like, some far right, you know, still to this day, like, lynch black people. Like, both sides are fucking shit. Fuck them both. If you want to call me a centralist or a fence sitter, go ahead, call me that. Like, but hey, I'm happy that I'm able to look at both sides for what they are and be able to come to an intelligent decision about which side is, you know, has more to say when I'm voting. 80 years of democratic rule, we need some Republican times. Hey, you know what? Vote for me. Vote for me as ruler of the world. Everyone will get the same shit. Everyone will get the same shit. Put me in charge. Fuck it, I'll do... To be honest, I could probably do better than these chimps in government. Put me as ruler of the world. I'll sort it all out. Put me in charge. Now, hey, you know what? Put me in charge, but you'll be on my council. You'll be on my council. Moen will be on my council. You'll be my most trusted generals when I rule the world. Like, you'll have a big say. A big say. Oh, yeah. Fucking B-den, man. More like B-day. Bidet. You wash your ass cracking. I don't feel bad for cherry picking council anymore. Yeah. I'm still too unbalanced to counsel anyone. Okay, you can be... you can be my janitor. How's that sound? You can be my personal janitor. What was I doing? I fucking lost track of what I was doing, man. East Crossbar Highway. Oh, monster extermination. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna take a quick 5-minute break. Because I'm like 2 hours and a half without taking a break. I'll come back. Maybe finish this day, maybe. I might... You know what, actually? I got a better idea. I got a fucking better idea. I'm gonna do this quest and I'm gonna end stream. Because I want to end stream. Dangerous monster bubbly scissor G has been sighted on East Crossbar Highway. Okay, this side. I'm gonna fucking... I was gonna finish this day today. But fuck it, man. What I might do Wednesday, maybe finish this chapter, maybe. But I don't know. We'll see. This is a long ass chapter. A lot of side quests. I'm getting way too distracted as well. Talking about ruling the world with my big dick. My dick is my sword that I go into battle with. My great sword. Everyone will bow down to the size of my dick. Bubbly Scissors G. Reminds me of Bubba the Love Sponge. The famous, fucking notorious for having sex with... Bubba the Love Sponge had sex with, who was it? Someone's wife in wrestling. I'm trying to remember who it was though. Somebody's telling me it was Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan's wife, but I don't think it was. Monsters appeared. Ah, fuck the controller, man. It didn't work. Okay. Wild Swan. Oh, this is gonna be easy. Yeah, easy peasy. Easy fucking peasy. Enigma Crow. So I don't really wanna... Oh, I can do these guys over here. Nice. Fucking look at that damage, man. Fucking hell, man. I don't even need to really do too much. Like I suppose I upgraded all my weapons, right? I upgraded all my weapons so that they are basically better versions of the best stuff you can get in Chapter 3. The only person who hasn't got an upgraded one is Tio. That's because her weapon doesn't really need to be upgraded. Monster level 40, and not 40, 30. Where the fuck is this monster, man? This is Tangram Gate. Vader everyone, you bellends. You notice my title, Phil. Moen did a title last night called Cad Bane better than Maul. That's the reason my title is what it is. He did Cad Bane better than Maul. And I didn't see it till today. So I went, you know what? You know, Maul better than Cad Bane. Where the hell is this monster I'm looking for? So when he next streams, he's going to be greeted by that title. Just like I was. Distance lowering stats. This is East Crossbow Highway though. Where the fuck is this monster? Is it somewhere else? Did I miss it? It should be like either on the main path or somewhere else entirely. Maybe it's down here, maybe? Nope. Where the fuck is this monster then? Where the fuck is it? I hate this. I hate it. This is the most annoying part about these monster hunting things. Maybe it's not actually part of this further part. Maybe I missed it and it's like earlier on. I fucking love this. I've started noticing good tracks in this game. I like this track. It's like a weird mix of Sky's style of music as well as this new kind of stuff. I like it. I like it. Fuck off. Oh, there it is. What the fuck is this thing? And let me see if I've got... It has stat lowering things. Do I have anything that makes me immune to stat reducement? No, I don't. I'll save. Exterminate. This game has good tracks. Yeah, it's not as good as Skies, but I'm starting to notice some standout sort of tracks now. Oh, fuck me. Oh, sleep. They have sleep. Let me run. Let me run. Heal up. Tear bomb. Not tear bomb. Tear bomb on. I'm gonna equip resistant to sleep. Because they all have. They all now have the capability to slot in any of the resistances. There we go. Now none of them are going to be able to be put to sleep by these crab things. Ah, shit. Let me just run in. Fuck it. What are they weak to? Oh, nice. Aerial Spark Dime. This will do big damage. Big DPS. Oh yes, get in there. Fucking get in that slot. Summon Zeit. Bring our boy Zeit in. Oh, nice attack delay too. Defense down. Do Spark Dine again. This is similar to Agate's War Cry. Trades HP for CP. I remember Agate had a similar thing. Minus 30% HP. I don't really need to do that though, do I? Crimson Gale. Easy, fam! What is this fucking bollocks? Oh, jeez Louise, man. Tyrrell. Ah, fuck these fucking pricks, man. You're gonna get it. You're the slut who's gonna get it hard, man. Counter! Fuck off with your counters! That's one of them dead. One of them's dead. Dead! Dead! Easy! Fuck. There we go. Nice. That skill is broken. Yeah. Was that... which skill are you referring to? Which are the skills? Warcry. Yeah. It's useful... well, it's useful when you're in a pinch and you need like a S-break or something like that. It's not useful when you're in a big boss fight and your characters are taking high damage. It kind of becomes kind of slightly useless because you end up sometimes accidentally killing them. So you have to use it. Nightmare mode works around it. Okay, I guess it would have to, right? Or else the skill would be pretty useless. Because I know Nightmare mode does like more damage and stuff. Give me my money! Give me my fucking money! Okay, this second chapter, especially where the game is unbalanced, yeah. Like I started first chapter Nightmare playthrough, but I only did the prologue because I just didn't have the time to play it off stream. Among other things that I wanted to play, that sort of took precedence. But I will at some point. I will return to it at some point. Missing tourists. Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna end it here. Finish this day tomorrow, and I think the final day will probably be a lot shorter because it'll be the end of the chapter. Hopefully I can get it done by Wednesday, this chapter, but some part of me is thinking it might even be as far as Friday because this is a long ass chapter. But yeah, I streamed for nearly 3 hours today. I should have taken a break. I didn't take a break. If I did take a break, I probably would have finished this day today, but I'm just too tired right now. I need to go get some rest. In second chapter, especially where the game is, just don't play second chapter on Nightmare without loading the save of the previous play. If you do that, you're fine. Yeah, I've got all the saves. So I should be good. Because I will play through each of the Trails games off stream again on Nightmare. Because I don't want to replay them again on normal, because it's just, what's the point? And hard. Like, part of me would just want to get the achievements for playing on Nightmare again. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna rest up. It was a good stream today. Good progress. Finished pretty much a majority of day 4 as well. Finished off day 3. Good conversation was had. Phil came in very late stream today. He's usually like one of the first ones in and the first one to leave. The day he was last one in. Probably last one to leave too. But yeah, thank you. Immortal, Giovanni, Phil, who else came in? I think that was it. I think that was all the peeps who came in today. I appreciate War Lady as well. War Lady right at the start, who disappeared, vanished into thin air. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming to the streams. Tomorrow will be New Vegas again, late stream in New Vegas, potentially, if I feel up to it. Last New Vegas stream was jokes. I recommend people go watch those New Vegas streams. They are fucking funny. But yeah, thank you guys for sticking around with me, tuning in. Until next time. TC.